Hey, it's NFL Divisional Playoff Weekend.
Woo!
Yee. 4 interesting matchups. Let's get into it. Matt Ufford, NFL Impresario.
Thank you.
Atlanta, Seattle, #1 seed.
Yeah, the key for the Seahawks here is with Chris Clemons out, their best pass rusher.
Indeed.
Their best pass rusher out with an ACL injury. The big matchup is going to be Seattle's big physical secondary against Atlanta's big physical receivers.
Julio Jones, Roddy White, even Tony Gonzalez was actually the leading receiver for the Falcons.
And so it's all going to come down to whether Richard Sherman and Brandon Browner can contain Julio Jones and Roddy White.
Roddy White, it's all the same.
Tom Waits' son.
That'd be a great receiver. All right, other side of the ball, what are the keys for Atlanta, a team that we've seen struggle in the playoffs?
Yeah, again, the knock on Atlanta is they can't win in the playoffs, and this year the knock on them is that they've been soft. They can't run the ball consistently. The defense is not their strongest suit. So can Matt Ryan elevate the team to get that elusive playoff victory?
And they need to play like men.
They need to play like men. They got to step up.
Physical.
Establish himself as an elite quarterback.
Up front at the point of attack.
What's next?
Next, we have, of course, the 49ers and Green Bay in San Francisco, the other headline, only other matchup in the NFC.
Great game. Northern California boy Aaron Rodgers returns home. He has never played in Candlestick Park before.
True.
And yeah, that's going to be Aaron Rodgers versus a fantastic Niners defense that is less fantastic without Justin Smith.
Of course, and Aaron Rodgers leads the NFL in passer rating.
He's pretty good.
He's not bad.
He's a little bit under the radar. Most people haven't heard about Aaron Rodgers, but he's actually a really good quarterback.
And he does this sometimes.
Yes, he is the champion.
Other side of the ball, San Francisco, what's key for them? A lot of inexperience on certain parts of the offensive portion of the field, but again, strong defense.
Exactly.
What do you see there?
We've got the Packers defense is greatly improved. Colin Kaepernick making his first start in the playoffs.
Yep.
Will he handle the pressure, et cetera, et cetera. We've got Charles Woodson
back at
safety. And this is a much improved Packers defense. We'll see how they handle the Kaepernick read option, et cetera defense.
Michael James, Frank Gore, all sorts of talent, even without Mario Manningham down with an injury. Green Bay, and also that Clay Matthews has been playing out of his mind for the Packers.
What's going on with the AFC?
AFC, of course.
Yeah, this is the same Final Four we had in the AFC last year, just different matchups.
Yes, okay, we have Baltimore going up against the Broncos, a new Peyton Manning Broncos team.
With the Ravens, you want to see Ray Rice getting the ball because Joe Flacco has not established himself as that quarterback who wins those he doesn't take over the game quite the way an Aaron Rodgers does.
Sure.
So Ray Rice, will he get intimate with Von Miller, who is a pretty scary man?
Yeah, Von Miller will be in the backfield. Not only Ray Rice, Bernard Pierce has been real strong of late.
100 yards rushing in 2 of the last 3 games, I believe.
That sounds right. We may be just making that up.
I might be making it up, but
it happens. So, and then Denver's side of the ball. Peyton Manning's first playoff game as a Bronco going against a Baltimore defense. How would you describe this Baltimore defense?
It's solid, but not quite the strength that it used to be for this Ravens team that we've come to know and despise.
Right. More ordinary.
Yes, it's more ordinary. So all you really have to do as the Broncos is protect Peyton Manning and let him do what he does, which is throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
How do you see that against this Baltimore defense? How do you interpret this Baltimore defense at this point?
This is a Baltimore Ravens defense that is still good, but not not the strength of the team that we've come to know and hate over the years. So Ray Lewis is back and the old emotional leader, but he dropped an interception last week, looked generally slow. He doesn't really improve the defense. He's there, yes, he's back, congratulations. But this is a weaker defense than it has been in the past.
All right, and then the other matchup in the AFC, of course, New England hosting the Houston Texans, an up-and-down team this season.
Yeah, rematch of a Monday night game that was highly anticipated until New England kicked the bejesus out of the Texans.
That's so good.
No. And there's really no reason to think that this might go another way because the Texans have been susceptible to all-pro quarterbacks all year long. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers also beat the snot out of him. So what the Houston cannot afford to fall behind early. They've got to run the ball well. They've got to get on the board. They can't afford to fall behind and then try to pass their way out of the game.
You know who else is susceptible to all-pro quarterbacks?
Do tell.
Everybody. Every single team. All right, so obviously Houston needs to be able to get on the board early, need to establish the run early. On the Patriots side of the ball, what do they need to do?
Well, obviously you don't have to worry about the Patriots offense. They're going to put points on the board no matter what.
Yep.
The key for them is going to be the run defense. They need to stop Arian Foster and that zone blocking scheme that the Texans run so well. Vince Wilfork needs to disrupt the plays, let Gerard Mayo...
The sideline-to-sideline thing with Mayo is going to be huge.
Exactly, those stretch plays that the Texans like to rely on. They get some stops early, or maybe even turn the ball over, allow the Patriots to get 2 or 3 early touchdowns, game's over.
Especially if they're getting the ball back quickly, to be able to adjust the pace and keep the Houston defense on the field is going to be enormous.
Indeed.
All right, that is Matt Ufford, NFL Lothario, Impresario, all of the above. Be sure to check out each and every one of the SB Nation NFL blogs and network sites, and of course, the YouTube channel for immediate reactions after the game. Be loud, be colorful, have a fun weekend.
Woo!